And some of you that may be debatable, we'll put that to a blue check. But I would like to offer some achievable lessons. One is, several of us had a meeting with the Pentagon. It was my first meeting, and it was very striking. We looked through the windows of the building, and all we saw were gravestones of unknown soldiers at Fort Myers. That's all there was in the background for our meeting. And here we were. And to our surprise, because the New York Times had covered this narrative of the Pentagon, they said that they wanted to drop the plans for curriculum and educational materials and teaching their version of what happened in Vietnam. That they really wanted to go back to honoring the veterans for their sacrifice. There were 9 million, now it was 7 million, and they were going every day. And they said they were surprised when we said, it was March who said, "Oh, that's a great idea. We want to honor the veterans for their service as well. We just don't want you to occupy our field of history and take it away from us or distort it." And so we achieved a kind of truce by accident that they would no longer invade and occupy our space, the history of the anti-war movement, and we had no particular interest in getting into entanglements or arguments against veterans who have gone through enough hell. And so we've moved forward, but it will require years to carry this out, because administrations will change, secretaries will change. This remains in a state of suspense, but we'd like to go forward. The planning committee would go forward to continue arguing and dialoguing with the Pentagon and keep them out of the history of the anti-war movement, and get the anti-war movement incorporated somewhere in the history near the memorial, which is a Vietnam memorial exhibition that was started by Jan Scruggs and has gone through many variations, because they are going to cover something about the anti-war movement in that memorial. And they have a lot of money and they have staying power. And they said they were going to put a Bob Dylan song in. That's a start. We need to be fully prepared to return to the talking table to see what they're doing, and we'd like to be able to report to you on a continuous basis about whether anything good is happening or it's all bad or something in between, to get some kind of feedback. I think also we have models. I mentioned the Chicano moratorium this morning in LA. It's a quandary for me that 4 were killed there, 4 were killed at Kent State, but the attention to the 2 is shockingly contradictory. But we have at Kent State, a very nice decade-long struggle has resulted in an exhibition that's important. At Berkeley, which purged the free speech movement, they now have the Free Speech Cafe, which is a beautiful site on the Sproul Steps, where the entire panoramic history of the free speech movement that was just before Vietnam is on display for any undergraduates who may want to look up from their computers to see what's on the wall behind them. And that's because Berkeley has found, believe it or not, that it's a good brand to be a university that fostered the free speech movement. Oh my God, but it's true. Things like that can happen to us because we have more influence on our culture than we realize. So we'd like to do more of that.